Is Ryan there?
Oh, buddy, we're live. We are live. We're hot.
I see the live.
Hello and welcome to another edition of the Thursday Throwdown. As always, I'm one of your hosts, X to the D to the A to the L to the Y, and I am your Season 4 Captain Champion, and I have my supplemental belt because I'm still fucking waiting for the real one. I'm also sweating profusely because I literally just got back from the gym, so you are going to have to 1-800 fucking deal with that. Okay. Big show today, guys. We are going to be going over our mock drafts for the Season 5 draft. Super excited for that. Some different things to talk about. Going to be a good show. Glad you're tuned in here today. Let's meet some of the guys. We got a couple new guys. We got a couple guys who haven't been on here. But first and foremost, let me send it over to my main man, Pale Poner. How you doing tonight, man?
What's going on, 239 Hockey? Pale Poner here, coming at you with our mock drafts. We're going to go through some mock drafts tonight. I'm pretty excited to do that. We've had a lot of trades. I think every pick in the first round, except for 2, have been traded at least once, some multiple times. So that's pretty exciting. We've got a lot going on, even though we're in the off season. We're looking forward to what's going to happen in the next season. But let's send it over to my man, Ability. Ability, how you doing over there, bud?
Oh, man. Another week goes by in the 239, and if there isn't a bunch to talk about, I'll tell you what, my missus said to me earlier this week, are you playing in a hockey league or a drama club? I'll tell you what, folks, this is some exciting times we got right here. I can't wait to get into it, but before we jump the gun, I'm going to pass it over to one of our guests tonight, the one and only Dalai Lama. How you doing tonight, bro?
I'm doing good. Thanks, guys, for having me again. It's always fun doing these things. I'm really excited for this season, and I can't wait for the draft to start.
And Dalai Lama, potential first-round pick, he knows a thing or two about winning, everybody, because he was on the boys. Don't forget your Season 4 champs. Guys, I don't even have the belt yet. That's going to get annoying and old. But we have a new member on the show tonight, and that is none other than Clancy with some numbers behind the name. Clancy, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here tonight, talk about the draft, and let's see what's going to happen, What we all think.
We're gonna talk about the drafts, but we're gonna talk about them chia pets too, because you did that on the you did that on the Sober Elitist. You didn't get any throwdown love for that one. We're gonna talk about that one. I'm just
we
kidding,
can talk about it. Well, we can talk. We can talk. I'll get Ozzy on there,
Poor Ozzy, man. I was in a party the other night and I said to him, hey man, what's this chia pet thing all about? He's like, it's fake news, but either way, I'm a believer, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But we have a lot to talk about tonight. As Pale said, pretty much every trade in the first round has been moved except for pick 4 and 5. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go over this laundry list of trades. We are going to run them down really quick. We're going to get the opinions of the masses. And then after that, we are going to jump right into our mock draft. So for those of you who don't know, this is the Thursday Throwdown, the longest running episodic show in 239. Welcome aboard. So trade number 1. Okay, this happened right off of Jump Street. As old dad himself, this fucking guy pulls the ever wanted number 1 overall pick. And what is any cap? No, I just traded it, man. I was done. I had it for like 14 seconds and I fucking moved it. So what I did is I moved it to McGilla, my first and 49th for his third and 46. I caught a lot of heat for this trade. Pale, what do you think about the subtle move up and the subtle move down?
I mean, I didn't really understand it on your end. I felt like it was kind of like, oh, I got the first pick on the live show and I pulled all the numbers out of the hat. And I kind of feel bad that I have the first pick now. So I'm just going to knock it down and give it away to somebody else just because. So, but, hey, of course you have a plan because you know who you want at number 3. You went to McGilla and he said, look, I want your number 3 pick. What are you going to give me for number 1? And he said, like he always does, here's my 5th round pick, you plebe, and gave it over to you. So, I mean, listen, there's been a ton of trades. That one, not really so drastic. It is the first overall pick, so it is the number 1 pick number 1 trade that happened. Yeah, I mean, anytime the number 1 pick is involved, it's a big deal. McGilla, he's sitting at number 1. I thought he was going to move out of it. I think he's going to continue to try to move out of it. But maybe he's settled in. Maybe he's found somebody that he really wants at that spot. And we'll see what happens there.
Well, I'm here to tell you something. You don't become the Season 4 champ by just making a trade to make a trade. I've always got a fucking plan. Know that. Dolly, man, what do you think? Passing on a Luka, passing on a Brick, is this smart or is this stupid?
It really depends what you want. I mean, if you're 100% sure that you don't necessarily want to go with Luka or Brick, who most likely will be in the top 3 picks, they're both terrific two-way centers. Then sure, it makes sense to me. If you're not going to use that number 1 pick efficiently, then move back a couple spaces and move up somewhere else. I mean, some people might say you could have gotten more value, but if you got the value you wanted, man, who really gives a damn?
Future captain right there. He makes great points. Great points.
Could have got more value because number 2 got moved again, and let's see what that one got moved for.
We'll get to that trade in just a second, but we have a nice trade involving our Thursday Throwdown co-host, Pale Toner. Right off Jump Street here. Pale moves his 10 and 58 for Chew Therapy's 21 and 28. There's really, and people will argue, there's 2 strategies that you can go with, right? You either have the 2 first-round picks or you go with all mid-round picks. So, Pale, I'm just going to ask you, what was the mindset there trying to get into the middle rounds?
Well, it wasn't really about getting into the middle rounds. Like, I'm okay picking where I'm at, for sure. Otherwise, I would never have done that. But I went to the middle rounds because I was offered overpayment in what I thought for my 1st and 5th round pick. It wasn't just about moving down from number 10. It was also about moving up from number 5, my 5th round pick. I had pick number 58, which is the 3rd to last tradable pick in the draft. And I wasn't comfortable at that pick having a roster player with my 58th pick. I could move down and move all the way up to 28 from 58. That's the 30 spot jump to move down. I think it was about 11 slots to 21. So listen, it was, yes, I did move down out of the 1st, and not having a 1st pick makes it so that I have to be a little bit more creative in the draft. But I feel like I have the ammo to move up if I really want to, if it really makes sense. And if I don't, then I feel comfortable making my 1st pick at number 15.
Well, and again, I'm going to send it over to Ability because Ability, he made a trade in here that went a little bit different route here. But Ability, what do you think, man? How do you feel about trading your 1st round pick completely out? I mean, like getting out of round 1. How do you feel about that play?
Well, a week ago, I would have felt like, ew, I don't think that's the right play. But at this moment, with as deep as this draft has become, I think that play was it's about as good as it gets. I honestly don't think it matters if your 1st pick comes at 1 or if it comes at 24. This draft, with having 5 picks even, let alone the 6th, you can put together teams that you wouldn't think. I've been playing with some of these guys in these scouting games, and I'm telling you, there is talent all over the place. And this 18 game, it's a little bit different of a beast. And I've seen some people that I was skeptical about before start to play it well already. And I've seen the exact opposite from some of the better players. But things are starting to piece themselves together. Players are catching on to this game. This draft is going deep. So, Pale, I like the play, man. I like it.
Well, here's the thing. Now I'm gonna get Clancy involved here because this is kind of, and we're gonna get to this in a second. But DMARC goes out there, gets 11, 14, and 35. Desired Customs gets 6, 19, and 43. Clancy, with DMARC at 11 and 14, and you sliding right into that spot of my mock draft, how fun would it be to play for that guy?
Oh, it'd be a lot of fun playing you guys in the All-Star game. Ooh, I wanted to play beside him, but you guys put me on Team B. But I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a lot of firepower, and it'd be hard to handle us.
I'd go a step further in saying that DMARC could potentially be getting Azzarelli, as Drug Monkey calls him, as well to rekindle that. I don't know. They play the same spot. But this trade here, I get it for DC. First-time captain. There's a certain premium I feel in the top. God, it's such a weird draft to me. It has gotten deeper, but it's still weird. So DC wants to get in the top 5, I assume, because he ultimately ends up getting there. But he starts out by getting that 6th pick. He has confidence in what he can do later on. D-Mart is just getting picks across the board here, all ending his draft before, I think, pick 42 or 35, something like that. That's a dangerous play for a guy who's really good to have his whole draft done by pick 42. Dolly, what do you think, man? Pale's kind of doing the same thing. Do you think in a draft that is considered to be deeper, getting it done faster is the best play, or getting those premium elite guys in round one, having 2 of those picks, what would you do in a draft like this?
That's a tough question. I think for me, every team is going to have 1 or 2 top guys. I mean, D-Mart's going to have at least one other guy who's really, really good both ways, whether it's he picks a defenseman, whether he picks a forward. It doesn't matter. What really wins it for me, what won it for us last season, wasn't you, it wasn't me, it wasn't Rome, it was Pounders and Odd Guy. You know, your 5th and 6th round picks. The depth of a team is what truly gets you over that hump, because emergencies happen. And if I couldn't be there and Pounders wasn't there, we're playing with a computer, and well, nobody fucking likes that. So I would go with depth 100% of the time. And I like what some of these guys are doing, moving out of the first round. If they can't get the number 1 guy that they want to carry their team, then take 3 guys instead. Fuck it.
And I think that's a good play, because anytime a trade happens, first of all, McGilla will just yell Trape. He yells Trape at his own trades. That's just what he does. So the idea is that Trape. But there's always a play. There's always a plan. You know, if a guy knows, hey, listen, I don't want the 1-2. I want somebody at 3. And I know I can get them there. That's the key. I know I can get the player where I'm trading to. I think that's so important. If you know you can get them there, why not value up in round 3? Why not value up in round 4? You know, if you know that you're going to get your guy, why not move up 6 or 7 picks? It seems like a small trade. Maybe you can get more, but why not value it? Why not get that later on? I think that's something that goes by the wayside when you hear the Yam Bags of the world screaming Trape, or I didn't like that, but he's not thinking of the big picture. Sorry, Yam, I love you, but sort of not, but like sort of. Anyways, that's the thing. So keep that in mind when you're seeing these trades. And there's still a lot of them. D-Mart's in pretty much every fucking trade. So he goes in and he flips his, oh my God, hold on a second. So D-Mart ends up flipping 14, which he got in the desired customs trade. He gets into number 7. So now he's got 7-11, and he trades 31 and 42 to Dominator Silva, who gets 14, 17, and 32. I mean, this shit is starting to get crazy, and this was all in one day. Pale, you were in there with me. Ability, you were in there with me. I'm gonna send it to Ability because you've been quiet. When all this shit's happening, man, what are you thinking? Like, what is going on?
Well, I mean, from my take, you got to understand, man, I'm a first-time captain, and I want to put this to bed real quick before I answer this question. At no point, even though I'm a jokester and maybe I was semi-serious at first, I immediately reneged after a couple conversations. I would never actually pay anybody any money or anything else for picks, okay? I just wanted to test the waters to see if that was happening behind the scenes. I figured the best way to find out was to ask. But anyway, the picks scare me to death, all right? So, like, I'm sitting here. I'm in the 12th slot, and the first pick I see is Daly. Daly trades with McGilla. I'm like, wow, Daly pulls my name at the 12th spot, doesn't offer me a trade, right? Okay, give it to McGilla. No big deal. And then you got 2 Therapy coming in. He trades up to get 2 top, 10 or 11 picks? Ugh. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, man, I'm behind the 8 ball already. But I was like 12 and 13. I'm still kind of in there. I got 2 solid upfront picks. I've watched this all unfold. Marty McFly moves his way up. You know, DC trades up. Everybody's trading up and getting better picks, and I'm kind of just stuck here idle. But I'm cool with it because as time's passed here, this draft is getting super deep, man. There are players that other people, captains, don't even know about, and I know they're money players. So I'm excited, man. This is going to be a fun time. I'm happy to be a captain this season.
We're going to put that to rest, by the way, because as you know, nothing happens in this league. No players sneak into this league without old dad knowing about them. That's just the fact of the matter. So we're going to do a rookie report later in the show. So if you thought you were going to drape, that's not happening at all. At all. Anyways, moving along. This is where it gets interesting. And Ability, you make a good point. I have to understand. No, I don't, because I don't get this. This is a string of trades that ultimately D-Mart has the 11th pick. He trades the 11th pick to I Soldier Up. He gets 17, 32, 41. Well, then I Soldier Up trades Marty McFly 8, 11, and 30 for 2, 23, and 47. So DJ gets into the second spot. In the same fucking breath, D-Mart and Marty trade again. Marty gets 7. D-Mart gets his fucking 11 back. I want to shoot myself in the head because I'm trying to figure out what D-Mart's doing. The guy's a flipping mess out here. Love him to death, but I don't get it at all. Pale, what the fuck is going on with those three?
Bro, you kind of went over it a little bit. Like, let's just back it up 2 steps there. DJ had 2 first-round picks, and I'm pretty sure he had a 3rd-round pick, a 4th-round pick, and a 5th-round pick. So he was kind of like, he wasn't in the 2nd round, but he had like a lower 3rd and like a lower 4th and a 5th. And he trades 8, 11, and 30 to jump up to number 2. And that just didn't make any sense to me at all. You have number 8 and 11. You can get 2 great players there. And I just didn't understand that. But then even worse, he turns around and trades out of number 2 once he trades into it. For lesser value, he drops down to number 6 and picks up number 19. I don't understand.
I was in the same, man. DJ, I love you. Maybe he heard something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe like he thought like Brick was going to die and like didn't want to pick second. I don't know,
let's
dude.
Be real for a second. So he had number 2 and he had number 23. He moved up 4 spots in the 2nd round from 23 to 19 and dropped 5 spots in the 1st round from number 2 to number 6.
And lost 8 and 11 in the process, man. Like, right. I'm with you. I literally like stab in the hard shit, man. Like, DJ, dude, I fucking love you, man. Like, we can make babies together and do some weird shit. But like, bro, I can't understand what the fuck is going on in your skull. I don't get it. Yeah, and now you got Desired Custom picking 2. That's a huge curveball because I don't know if DC is locked in on Luka or Brick. Now all of a sudden, those players might come back to me, and now what do I do? You know, I don't even know who I'm taking at 3. I know you people think you have it all figured out with your mocks, but I don't even know who I'm taking, so it's impossible. So DJ, Marty, D-Mart, thanks for like sending my brain on a whirlwind. Like it was messed up. Moving along to the last trade, I've kind of jumped around a bit. Me and Ability made a little dimer last night. I moved my 940 and 57 for Abilities 12, 36, and 60. I'm trying to, I'm saving this, but Ability, when I sent you the trade offer, how are you feeling?
Oh man, I was a little bit of Monica in my life. Man, I was feeling great. You sent me that trade, and actually, the first thing that popped in my head was, "What the fuck?" Seriously, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, "Why on earth would anybody offer me this trade?" And then I realized Daly's kind of maybe becoming a friend of mine. Holy shit! I think that you extended your hand to me, and you were like, "You know what? I know I give this guy a lot of shit. I don't see him making any trades over here. What a fucking loser. Let me offer this to him and see if he jumps on it." And so you offered it to me, and I was like, I don't get it, but I like it. So hell yeah, we made that happen. And I love you, bro. Love.
So I told Ability when I sent him that trade, I said, listen, man, I said, in hindsight, 9 and 40 for 12 and 36 is realistically a fair trade. We both agreed on that. But I wanted pick 60. Is that arrogance? Is that cocky? I don't know. I'm the champ. I could do whatever I want. With that being said, I want Mr. Irrelevant at number 60 on my team because I know at number 60, he's going to be relevant. That's why I traded down 3 slots. Pale's like, why did you do it? That's why, because I wanted the last pick of the draft. Pale, you can call it whatever you want, but that's why I wanted 60. I traded myself 3 spots in round 5 just so I could have the 60th pick. Put
so
that in
we'll
a
be
forum
clear
somewhere.
about that. You did trade the shit out of yourself.
On purpose. Just the last pick. Honestly, listen, 9 and 40 for 12 and 36 straight up is fair. In any realm. You move up 3 spots, and that again, I have my reasons for not wanting to be in the 9th spot. You can put it whatever way you do, but I get a little value later. I'm cool with that because those middle rounds at the time there was a lack of goalie signups, which we do have more now. So I was gonna kind of secure a goalie there, but maybe don't have to do that anymore. Anyways, guys, That's the trades. There was about 96 of them. I'm done. Let's
Plenty
jump
more to come, I'm
in.
sure.
I mean, it's crazy, dude. Wait, did I miss one?
No. I'm just saying there's plenty more to come, I'm sure. We got like fucking 10 days until the draft. I'm sure
I
it's
know.
I would also like to mention real quick that I don't know how many goalies exactly signed up, but you're not traping that one, okay? Mm-mm.
That one?
Oh, you know which one I'm talking about, and he's coming on my squad. That's all there is to it.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Legion's obviously going to be on my team. What do you think about that, Clancy?
Oh, good. Good.
Now, as you know, Legion doesn't watch these shows unless he makes a rare appearance. I've been asking him to come on this show for a year. He won't do it. He'll go on a Sober Elitist, though.
Tell him I'm on here.
And he'll
fucking come on.
That'll be the call. Hey, Clancy's going to be on. All right, cool. I'll bring the Chia Pets. Awesome.
Yeah.
So that's how the segue's in. But, guys, let's jump right into this mock. Magilla number 1. Dolly, you got the number 1 pick in this draft. Who you taking?
If I'm Magilla, knowing that Magilla usually plays lefty or goalie, I would take a number 1 center. And I think that of the few that are out there, you got Rome, you got Luca, obviously, you got Brick City. I really think that he goes with Luca in this spot. Brick is a terrific player, but he's been known to be a little bit difficult in party sometimes, and I don't know if Magilla would be about that. So I think he takes Luca first overall.
Now, Pale, somebody who's had Brick 2 seasons in a row, and we've talked about this, by the way, but what do you think about that? Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think it's totally fair. I mean, look, Brick City, he's a good player, and he's better than a good player. He's a really good player, and he's worthy of a top 2 pick in this draft. But yeah, he does have a little bit of a ego to him. He's got a little bit of a stroke my own e-team type of thing going on. And he does like to make stuff a little bit awkward sometimes in the party. But you know what? End of the day, Brick City's the type of guy that just wants to win. He just wants to win, and that's just the way he is. And he feels like by staying silent, he's not gonna get guys to the level that he thinks they need to be able to get a championship. And I mean, look, I can't really argue with it. I think that he's one of the best players I ever played with. If I'm picking at number 1, I'm picking Brick City. I don't care what his issues are in the party. I don't care what his issues are outside of the game. I mean, it's not to the point that he's, making people want to kill themselves outside of the party or fucking like making people want to go nuts. Like it's valid criticism that he gives. And some people that rubs the wrong way and some people it doesn't.
When you say stroking your e-peen, does it look something like this?
He's all about that season 3 championship. Just ask him.
Yeah, that was like so last season though, and this is so this season. But I know about stroking an e-peen. Dalai Lama knows what winning's all about. So shout out to Dolly. But here's my biggest thing with Brick, and I told Pale, I said, the off the mic stuff. Every time I've been in a part, I've never heard Brick speak. I've never heard him. I don't know what he sounds like. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he looks like, obviously. I'm not weird or anything. But I don't know what he sounds like, because I've never heard him speak. So, again, with the way this draft looked out, I traded out a pick 1 where I really could have had him or the other. Now, moving on to pick 2 with DC being there, I don't know who Desired Customs is going to take. Now, we could say whatever we want. We could say, oh, mock this, mock that, take Luca, take Brick. I think DC's a wild card here. I think realistically he could take Drug Monkey here. Now, I don't think he needed to trade up to grab Drug Monkey. Drug Monkey is an elite right D. I know this. But I think he could have had Drug at 6. So he moved up because he was worried. There was a guy he wanted, and he didn't know who it was going to be. Clancy, you played with Drug last year. Do you think Drug is the guy here at number 2 for his buddy DC?
Well, I mean, if they're buddies, then for sure, because you got to remember Shock picks 5. You know that he ain't going to get Ozzy and myself together again. And you know that if he was stayed at 6, Shock could have snuck right in there. That's why he may have moved up to get Drug. Because Drug is an elite right D. Don't get me wrong. He's very good, very vocal in the parties, and that could be why he moved up.
I think that's a great assessment, and I believe that is the reason. I personally think that Drug Monkey is the 2 now. I don't think that it is Luka or Brick. Now, McGill is obviously going to dictate this market and what goes where and who goes how. But again, there is something to be said about friendships and chemistries. Fucking Dom, #chem bullshit, but it's true. You have these chemistries that you can't really, it's hard to stray away from. I played with this guy Duke, who used to be a member in another league that I played with. We played 6 seasons straight, and the reason was it was just when it came time, I was like, dude, you get me. Probably similar to Clancy and Ozzy. It's the same sort of deal. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think that's a great assessment. Ability, is Drug the 2 here, man? What's the play for DC here?
If DC felt he had to trade up to 2 to get Drug, then I don't know, man. I don't know if that's DC's forte. I don't know if he's not trying to trade out of that 2 spot. I don't know. I really don't understand what DC's doing. If he did do it to pick up Drug, obviously that's not a bad pick. I think that Drug Monkey is probably one of the 2 top right D. Oh, wait, one of the 3. Sorry, X Daily. I forgot about you for a second there.
That's okay. I'm further down your list now. I understand.
Yeah. Well, you're on the pine. But anyway.
Does it look like this, though?
Oh, God, I want it so bad. Okay. I want to address this, too. I got a question come in. I'm not going to hoard all the goalies. Okay, I say a lot of stuff. I get people riled. I throw people off my draft strategy. I'm not going to hoard all the goalies in this draft. Okay?
I said that earlier. Totally going to do that. I'm drafting Shotgun to play fucking center. I'm drafting fucking D Crips to play D. Steve's playing forward for me. Like,
he's just going to fucking troll the whole league.
And just pick all the goalies.
Oh, boy.
Well, hang on a second, Ability. As you guys know, and the 239 fans and Thursday Throwdown fans know, I've always got my Twitter going pop, pop, pop. Chew Therapy, a very, very vocal member of the show, says to me at OldDad21, what the fuck is on Clancy's upper lip? Did he fall in some dirt? I think he's talking about that Dusty Muzz there. I personally like it, but Chew Therapy, throwing a little shade, man.
That's all right. Got to stay dirty, for the ladies. They love it.
Yes. So Chew Therapy, there's your answer, man. There's your answer. So Ability's not trying to fuck up the whole draft, guys. We get that. Listen, man, this guy trolls me on a daily basis. So I understand the frustration. I get it. But he's going to play a straight shooter. I think he could. And I was vocal about this. I was worried about Ability being a captain. But just watching him over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I'm not worried anymore. So we could put that to rest. That brings us to – is that – we need to make that a meme or something. Pow, right? The Ability pow. I like it. I'm in it. Number 3. It's your boy XDLI. Pick a number 3, man. I'll send it over to you, Dolly, because I think I know who you're going to say. Who am I taking at 3, man?
Well, I've been doing a lot of scouting over the last week and a half with various captains, and the one thing I've actually heard the most in every party, word for word, is Yo Daly is totally looking at me for this position. He's like, he totally wants to get me. So everybody seems to think that they're just going to Daly's team, that he has all the picks in the draft, and that you're just gonna play with yourself all season. If I'm you, though, out of everything that I've heard, I play myself at my best position, and I go and I pick someone reliable, like Esoteric or King Rome, someone you can trust, someone you know who's going to help you in and out through the whole season. I know you're a good forward, Dales, but you are a much better D. And I think it might be a little bit more hurtful for your team to mix it up.
And that's been a big rumor going around that I've heard as well, that I'm sick of D. I'm done with it. I'm bored with it. I don't want to do it anymore. The island's blowing up, man. Listen, I am going to do the best thing that I can for my team. That's always what I'm going to do. If I think it's going to make my team better, that's what I'm going to do. Now, you brought up some interesting names. I'm not going to tell you anything about what I'm going to do, but there's some interesting names here. You have King Rome, who I just won a cup with at number 3. You have Esoteric, who's a known member and fan of the Old Daily or Old Dad squad. You have Sea-Doo, who also has been known to play chemistry and has said that she would play left D if she got a chance to play on my team. That's another thing to think about. I'm not going to say anything. Pale, what do you think the pick is here, man? I'll leave it up to you because obviously you know everything. So this is who I'm going to take. Go.
Well, I think Brick and Luca are 1 and 2. Absolutely, no question. Luca is going 1 and Brick's going 2. Daly's going with King Rome at number 3. It's the center that he just won with. He's a guy that can be a defensive stalwart, play offensively. It just makes sense to draft a center if you're going to be playing D. That's King Rome is your pick.
So then moving along, says King Rome. Everybody thinks I'm drafting him according to what Dolly's heard, man. Ability. What do you think? What do you think, man?
I don't think you're going King Rome. I'll be honest with you. I've got my own reasons for thinking that, and it's no discredit to Rome. I just think that you, in particular, feel so confident in your abilities to captain, to draft, to play, that you are going to assemble an off-the-wall team that no one saw coming, and I think that that's scary because I have a feeling the way that you draft players and your intelligence going into these drafts, the way you format your board, oh, man, I'm scared. I don't want to see it. I already don't want to see it. That's how bad it is. But I don't think it's –
want to play your team.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Like, for real.
Listen, man, the only thing that people know is if number 21 calls their name on draft day, they know they're going to be on a competitive team. That's all you need to understand about that. Fact of the matter, the belt speaks for itself. Pick number 4. I love feet. Chew therapy. Clancy, who's he taking?
It all depends who's there. I mean, you got to remember, I just came in to the league, but from what I've seen, if Drug Monkey's there in the 4, Luca and Brick go 1 and 2, and then who knows what you do. Everybody's right. You're off the wall. No one knows. But if Drug's there, I could see Drug going 4. I really could.
And, again, the drug pick, I don't want to say – this is going to sound terrible if I say it like this. No, listen, I mean, this is going to sound awful. Drug's a really safe pick. And the reason he's safe is because you know what you're getting.
Exactly.
I don't mean safe like, oh, I'm going to marry this girl because it's safe and I'm cool and it's whatever, right? I don't mean safe like that. I just mean that nobody is ever going to give you shit for taking Drug Monkey in the top 5 because that's how elite he is. So I think that's more what I mean by safe. Ability. Pick 4. You know who you think's off the board. Who's the play here for Chew Therapy, man, at number 4? Okay, I'll just go fuck myself. Anyways, Pale at number 4. Who's the play?
Esoteric.
The Esoterodactyl? That's who it is?
Yeah, that's who's number 4. I think Chew goes back to center this season, and I think he gets his wingman, bro. He puts Esoteric on left wing with him, or maybe he plays right wing and puts Esoteric at center. One or the other. I think Esoteric is the pick here.
And as you know, man, I had both those guys on Jello time. Chew was my center. Esoteric was my left wing. Those guys put up crazy numbers playing for that team, man. They were deemed the Twins. LOL, the Twins. They had great chemistry. We didn't lose a regular season series all year. They have great chemistry. I think that's a good pick for Chew at number 4, Esoteric. So moving on to 5. Now, Chew Therapy and Shock. So Chew did not move his 4. He started with 4. Shock started with 5. Everybody else, every other pick in the first round has moved at some point other than these 2. Now, I love Shock. Shock, if you're watching, I love you. But he is easily the hardest person to get a hold of. And he is easily the hardest person to trade with because you can't get a hold of him. I had something working with Shock to move back to 5. He went AFK for 3 days. He was busy Twitch streaming. Buddy, I love you. You know it. Who's Shock taking here? He didn't move. I mean, if I ask Clancy, he's going to tell me Drug Monkey.
No.
So
I don't
know. Is he taking you? Is he taking you?
Nah. Am I even on camera here? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. I see you. You look beautiful, man.
Thanks, man. No. Number with Shock here, I'm going to reach, okay? It's between me and Ozzy, because we played LG together. I truly think he's going to go Ozzy here. I just have a strong feeling. I mean, if Drug's there, I could see him getting drugged, but, Ozzy has the firepower. But who knows? I haven't heard from Shock.
Nobody's heard from the fucking guy.
Yeah, Black Sails, it was like done. Chat, I don't know. But either me or Ozzy, to be honest. I mean, I think early second, truthfully. I mean, I'm not, here streak me ego. I want the belt, but, But no, me or Ozzy, he's going to bring one of us in, and then it's hard to say between us. It's a toss-up.
Well, Ability, since you decided to come back on the mic now, who do you like at pick 5?
I really only have a couple simple little sound bits here, and that's chia.
It seems to be the consensus. I will say this, an inside source told me that Shock was going to potentially be going back to center this year. So I think that would ultimately potentially eliminate Clancy unless he decided to move Clancy to left wing, which is a play. But as we all know, Clancy's best position is center. So
goalie. You forget about
it. It's goalie. But
no, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not.
I haven't seen that. So I
just put a cone in the net. Probably stop more shots than me, to be honest.
Good to know. Okay, don't play.
You should have ran with it, man. It had potential to mess with his whole game.
No, I don't want someone thinking, Clancy can play goalie, then put me there, because I'm gonna tell you, it would be a terrible decision, and I don't want to do it.
Clancy petitioning himself for season 6 full-time goalie, if you haven't noticed already. Moving on, man. I soldier up after his crazy picks, moving up, moving down, moving left, moving right, traipsing himself again. He's at pick number 6. Pale, who's the play here at 6 for DJ? He's probably going to be playing, from what I've heard, left wing. Potentially lefty if the draft dictates it. He's going to be on the left side of the ice. He is not playing goalie. I can 100% confirm that. Who's he take here at 6?
I have no idea what DJ wants. He moved all over the draft. He moved up to number 2. He had 2 picks in the first round. Now he's at number 6. I had him pegged as taking Cosmic Fade, but if he's playing left wing, I have no idea who he goes with here. I guess if he's going left wing, there's a lot of D-men out there that should go in the first round. So if he's playing left wing, then I'm going to go Sea-Doo, Soldier.
And again, I don't think that pick would be bad for him, even if he ends up playing lefty. DJ is a pretty solid lefty himself. So solidifying the back end, that's great. I think DJ needs to get a forward here. I think DJ needs to get a two-way forward here. Somebody like a King Rome at this spot, maybe even somebody like a Clancy here at 6. Somebody like that, a two-way play. What do you think, Dolly? Your name is definitely starting to come up around this spot in the draft. With DJ playing left wing, though, I don't think it's going to be here. But what do you think, man? What's he leaning here? Two-way centerman or possibly Miss Sea-Doo on right D?
I think based on the kerfuffle with the draft and how he's changed his spots so much, I don't think he knows. I think of all the people in the first round, his will be the most reactionary pick. Based on what's left there, I think he takes the best player available, whether it's the best D-man or D-girl or a two-way centerman. I can't tell you which one they're going to take, but I think he takes the leftovers of the top 5. If we get a surprise top 5 pick, I think that's what he takes.
And, I'm going to make a point. I think that one of the names that we're talking about is going to slide to this pick, whether it's King Rome, whether it's Sea-Doo, whether it's Drug Monkey. Obviously, one of these is going to have to slide there, but I could see a potentially crazy pick coming in that top. Desire Customs is a wild card for me. And I think that's going to predicate the whole draft. McGillo is the safest fucking captain I know. McGillo always makes the safe pick. That's why Luka, to me, is going to be the no-brainer for him. But Desired has never done it in this league, and he could just rock this whole thing wide open, like 2 picks in. Like, it could be crazy. But I think that's a great analysis from Dolly. I think DJ is playing reactionary right now. I'm sure we're going to hear about this later. But I'm in the same world as Dolly. I think that best player available is going to be DJ's play. I know he wants to play left wing, but if the draft dictates, if he can just go best player available each round out, and just get a team full of really good players, and he can fill out that last spot, whether it's left wing or lefty, maybe that's it. But I don't know. It's really tough to say. Pale, what's going on, man? You're having a laughing attack over there.
No, man. I'm just looking at the comments over here. I had Dank Love in the comments, commenting on Clancy's stash over there. It's just it's cracking me up, man.
Hey, can we get? Hey, man, listen. The O-Dog has, my son, the O-Dog. He's got a little bit of a 239 cult following. Maybe we can get a following going for Clancy's mustache. Can we name it? I want to name it. Can I name it?
You can name it.
Dimitri. Let's call it Dimitri. Dimitri the mustache. Because you know why? I had a Dimitri once. I had my Dimitri. So I want it to be the JR. Dimitri Jr., man.
I embrace it.
Perfect. And please, you better not shave that thing. If you come on this show without that thing, we're going to have words. I want it to be the DJR, man. Hashtag it on Twitter, Dimitri Jr. Welcome to the game. I love it. The food saver, the clit tickler, the beauty. Enjoy it. I love it. Absolutely. Moving on to this, Marty McFly with back-to-back picks in round one. This is almost unheard of. 7-8. Marty has gone on record saying he wants to play center. That eliminates some names here. I think that McFly is going forward. It hurts me to say it because, it's tough. Now, if Sea-Doo falls here, that's going to change the game. Sea-Doo's not making it past pick 8. Fact. But I could potentially see a household bond here at 7 and 8. You've got Marty McFly, you've got Dalai Lama, and you've got Sea-Doo. Ability. Does that sound like the play here for Marty McFly?
Well, I can tell you that without a doubt, Daly, Mr. Matt Daly on this show, does his homework better than anybody, okay? Because if I was going to make a guesstimate here, I too would say, if available, Sea-Doo and Dalai Lama are off the board with these two picks. And it makes sense because Marty, who I think really enjoyed playing with his brother, would be all about bringing on a couple people that are used to living, playing together, good acquaintances. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Marty could throw us a little oddball here and pick up a goalie because, man, it could be interesting. But this season, you're going to want one of those top notchers. If you're going to make it deep, you're going to want one of them. Marty might go that route. We'll see.
Well, Pale, what do you think, man? Is that the play there? It seems pretty comfortable.
Yeah, that seems like it falls right into his lap there, which is nice. I could see it going a different way. I mean, maybe somebody reaches on Dolly early, or maybe Marty says, you know what? I want to have the best defensive team I could ever assemble and just go like Sea-Doo Moose 21 and just have Marty at center with fucking two stud D-men on the back end. It's crazy that he's got 7 and 8 right together back to back. That's nuts, and he could do a lot of different things with that.
I want to touch on that 7-8 thing that you just said. If he goes Moose Sea-Doo, I literally don't even know. Like with Marty up front and the way he plays D,
right,
and the way Sea-Doo plays D, and the way Moose plays D. I mean, I don't want to say it just because I'm super arrogant, but that defensive core might be better than what we had starting with the boys. Now the rest of his draft would and we had a literally record. If you didn't know, it was a record-breaking season defensively in 239 as far as goals against and different things. But if you have that D core, God, you could put I don't know, fucking Legion in that. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Legion
on.
Legion's got to get his due, man. Legion had a good year last year. Drug Monkey said something ridiculous to me. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to bust you out on the air. He did say if Legion was in net for games 5 and 6, the boys wouldn't have won the cup. I think that's a little fucking ridiculous. We were
Come
winning
on,
the cup.
Drug.
Yeah,
What?
Listen, man. That's your guy, man. That's your guy. So, with that being said, though, that would scare me if he did that. Because moving into the number 9 pick, which is ability, I had ability taking Moose here. And this was when I thought ability was going to play net. But ability has something in his favor. He can play a couple positions. So I don't think he's necessarily dead set on playing goalie, although I saw him last night and he looked very solid in net. I think it would be for the betterment of him. But if he started out with a player like a Moose, or if he were to potentially start out with a player like, I don't know, Mick Swagger here, a little chemistry from the Pirates, I'll ask Clancy. You've known ability. He's kind of a crazy guy, man. What do you think here? Pick 9. Some of the names going off the board. I know you're new to the league. But what's a comfortable or what's a name that you could see going here to ability?
Oh, I don't know, to be honest.
You can say drug monkey if you want.
You want me to just say drug?
I know this is the part of the draft that where it gets a little tough because you are newer to the league, so you're still learning names and different things like that. But I'll send it over to Pale. Pale, number 9, it's our boy ability. Who's the guy here for him to build his team around?
Yeah, I mean, this is where I have Drug Monkey on. And, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that ability is going to play goalie, but even if he wants to play forward, it makes sense because having a stalwart D, having a guy that can contribute on both ends but can really shut down on the defensive side is such a huge plus in this league. There's only a couple of guys in this league that can do that. So I got Drug Monkey going to ability here.
Guys, I gotta stop the show for a second. There's something that's bothering me. And then we're gonna get back to this. Marine Mike just tweeted me, guys. Marine Mike. We all know Marine Mike. Works at Pepperidge Farm. Has 7 gnarly fucking toes. We know Marine Mike and we love him. Dear friend of the show. But Marine Mike at Old Dad 21, Marine Mike K, season 5 Norris Trophy winner. He tried to take my fucking job on the Throwdown. Now he's trying to take the one trophy besides the belt that I love so much. Marine Mike looks like me. Marine Mike has same mannerisms as me. Marine Mike, if you're listening, which I know you are starting to make an enemy out of me. I don't like that. Dalai Lama, what do you think about Marine Mike for Norris Trophy winner of season number 5?
Well, I mean, you got to aspire to be something, right? I mean, can we really take it away from the guy? I mean, he's got a lot of faith in himself, and all the power to him. I mean, who knows? Maybe he gets on a team and he pulls an odd guy-esque performance out of next season. You know, anything could happen. It just depends who you fit with, and I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what? I'm going to jump on the bandwagon too. Marine Mike for fucking Norris next season.
Here's the thing, man. I asked Dolly first, and the reason I asked Dolly first is because I saw Pale laughing hysterically all the way off his camera. All the way off his camera. So I asked Dolly first. Now, Pale, what do you think about Marine Mike for Norris season 5?
Marine Mike needs to get on the team to play left wing. I've seen him there, and I actually I don't think he's that bad of a player at left wing. I think he could contribute to a regular roster at left wing. I haven't seen him play a whole lot of D, so I can't really comment on that, to be honest. Because every time that I've had him in a party, I put him on left wing, and I've looked at him and I'm like, why are you a waiver player? I think. I'm not saying that he's going 3rd, 4th round or anything like that, but I think he could contribute to somebody's roster at left wing.
Marine Mike's going to make a team this year. That's for sure a thing.
So Norris future, listen, Marine Mike, you're going to have to play a lot of fucking hockey to be Norris winner. You're going to need to play a lot of hockey. But I actually do like him on left wing, and I think that he can contribute to a team there.
So, Mike, let's change the literature of what you spoke. Instead of season 5 Norris Trophy winner, let's say season 5 comeback player of the year. I think that's a really good starting point. Although it's good to set the goals high, I think that's a really good starting point. Shout out to Mike, Pepperidge Farm. Hashtag it. Hashtag Milanos. Hashtag biggest bag of cookies I've ever fucking seen. Hashtag name all your 7 toes. You should name them after the 7 dwarfs from Snow White. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Now, back to ability. Thank you. There you go. Ability at number 9. What was the mindset when old dad sent you the trade offer? He said, I got to trade up to get this guy because you're going to tell us live on the air, right?
Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you exactly what I was thinking. All right, and this is just me. I've given the 4 warnings. Okay, it's like this. I get into a captain's thread and I start chirping people about sending them cash for picks. People take me serious. I start talking to one specific player. People are like, hey, man, do you want that player? All of a sudden, everyone on the damn captain sheet thinks I want this player. I ran with it. I ran with it all the way to the point where you traded me a pick to help me get somebody I'm not even trying to get. So here's the deal. Here's what I can tell you. I got something in store for this league. I wasn't kidding around when I said I was going to do this captain thing. If you recall, when I first started the show, I said, I don't want to be a captain. But you guys brought it out of me. I saw this pretty belt. I saw this magazine pop up. I saw Hansel Roberto. Who knows who Hansel is? But he's awesome. This league is awesome. I am awesome. My team's going to be awesome. We're winning the cup, baby. I got a surprise for you guys.
By the way, I don't know if I was on mute for the last 15 minutes, but I might have been on mute for the last 15 minutes. By the way,
we totally heard you.
You did? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I thought I was. I hope I wasn't. I figured somebody would say something, right? Somebody would. We have a lot of viewers.
I'm a fantastic lip reader.
Oh, okay,
it's
cool.
perfectly
Well,
okay.
you know what? Sign language is your thing. I'm all about it. Ability, feeling good. Ability, you are awesome. He's going to potentially be able to get his guy at 9. I think he feels good about it. That response, listen, man, I don't know who he's taking, but when somebody responds like that, that's confidence. And I love that. I love that. You got to be, listen, man, you got to be confident in these leagues. You got to buy what you're saying, even if you don't actually believe what you're saying. I talk out of my ass all the fucking time, but for some reason, I believe everything that I say. And I think you got to really buy in, and I think he knows that he's going to get his guy here. So, confidence. True Therapy, pick 10. I had Moose going here. This was kind of my thing that I thought he would go here. Dolly, do you think, with the history of True Therapy and Moose, they're homies, is this the easy play here at 10?
Yeah, I think so. I think if Chu's truly playing center, and if he does end up taking Esoteric, I think Moose is the logical choice. I mean, having a center, another forward that you have chemistry with, and a great defense, he's a great start, a great core for any team. And if he does it, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised one bit.
What about you there? Well, I'll say Clancy. Do you know anything about Moose 21?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna send it over to Pale. Moose 21. Is this the play here for True Therapy? Are we all on the same page with this one?
Yeah, I mean, if Marty doesn't go like Sea-Doo Moose, I think Moose drops the Chew here, and I think that's his pick. Moose makes sense. He's got a lot of chemistry with Esso and Chew, obviously. I want to talk about Moose for a second. Left D is a position that isn't very strong in this draft, and I mean, we're talking about Drug Mickey, we're talking about Sea-Doo going earlier, and maybe people feel that they're a stronger defensive players in their own right over Moose. I think Moose is getting a little bit underrated, but at the same time, Moose plays a position that is very weak in this draft. I mean, you have Moose and you have Rev Hellcat, and then you've got a bunch of people signing up as lefty that aren't really D-men, like Stealth Luka D and Thank Love.
It is a very weak lefty draft at the moment, but it's all about the knowledge. It's all about who you know. It's all about who's out there. Who's doing their homework, captains? You know number 21 is because he's got the belt. So who's doing their homework? Ability's been scouting for hours. He's doing his homework. It is, though. That's a great point, Pale. Lefty is a very, very tough position this season. So getting a guy like Moose basically solidifies a spot. I mean, you got Moose, you got Kayla. I know Odd Guy's on there. Tom's, from what I hear, is a pretty good lefty as well. So you see that, and there are these guys and gals on there that are lefty, preferred. But with that being said, I think Moose goes maybe even earlier because of that. You could see Moose going before a Drug Monkey
For sure.
Maybe before Sidu because of the position that he plays. I know True Therapy doesn't want to hear that, but that's a reality because right D is a hell of a lot deeper than lefty. So with that being said, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Marine Mike is telling me that Sidu has been training him to play lefty. That literally came in hot. That wasn't fucking Twitter. That was like through my G chat. I just happened to catch it when it came through. So, holy shit. So, see, Dolly, do you know anything about this? Like, you live in the house. Is Marine Mike coming through the headset at night or what?
Chelsea has a tendency to do a lot of stuff while I'm at work. Apparently, last night her and Mike were playing quite a bit, and she was giving him lots of pointers. We'll call it.
Okay, so she was giving him lots of pointers, which means that there was a lot of fail. So with that being said, Mike, that's the person that you want to listen to. Sidu is the person you want to listen to because she's the Norris Trophy winner for a reason. So shout out to Sidu for helping Marine Mike. Marine Mike might be that guy now. If he's got Sidu in his corner, man, I don't know what else to do. I'm all set. Anyways, moving to pick 11, Daniel Martin, who had the 6 or whatever and then traded out and then picked up the 7 and then or the 11 and then traded out and then had the 7 and then traded out. And now he's got the 11 again. Everybody knows that if D-Mart was in this draft, I would have kept my number 1 pick and him and I probably would have dominated the world. But he was a captain this season and I don't know what he's doing. So ability. Who's D-Mart taking at 11? I don't think he knows.
Well, I don't think he knows either, man. I mean, I got to watch him make his first trade, and after that first trade, I was like, is he – I mean, how confident are you that – I don't know. I don't even know who D-Mart's got in mind here. It's going to be interesting. Maybe Burks. Maybe because coming off of that season they had together last season, he might pick up Burks here. I don't know. I part of me wants to say he takes the first goalie in this draft.
I was just gonna say that. That's such a good point. Ability. Does he take B Crips at 11?
Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think, Bill?
It could totally happen. I think number 11 is when the draft kind of gets a little murky. I'm gonna read off 10 names real quick. You got Luca, Brick, Rome, Esso, Ozzy, Cosmic, Sea-Doo, Dalai Lama, Drug Monkey, and Moose. That's 10 names. Those should be the top 10 in my opinion. Beyond that, well, if those aren't the top 10, then somebody fucked up.
You didn't say esoteric, did you?
Yes, I did. Luca, Brick, okay. Esso, Ozzy, Cosmic, Sea-Doo, Valley, Drug Monkey, and Moose. If those aren't the top 10, somebody messed up. D-Mart at number 11, I don't know who he goes with. I've got him going a little bit off the board probably. I got him going Jofis at this pick. The guy can play center or D at a pretty high level, and I think Jofis would be a solid pick for him because he's a guy that you can kind of play off of. If he gets his next pick is at number 30. If he gets to number 30 and there's not a whole lot of D left on the board, he can say, okay, I'm playing Jofis at D and I'm going to pick up my forwards the rest of the way. If he gets to number 30 and there's a defensive player available, he can say, okay, I'm going to put Jofis at center and I'm going to build around that. So I think Jofis is a versatile player that plays at a high level in a couple of different positions that could go at number 11 here for D-Mart.
Another name I like is Biko. I like Biko here as well. BCO, Brian Collins, I think his name. He's just a stable horse, man, at center. So that's a guy. B Crips is also a guy that could go here. I haven't seen him in the new game. It's like riding a bike, though, right? Like, I imagine he's still fucking diesel as shit. Dalai Lama. It's another name that I could see going here. So, Dolly, you play on the boys last year, you get a cup, you get a chance to potentially play with D-Mart. What do you think about that?
I mean, who wouldn't be excited about that? I mean, he is the best forward. He's the best player in the league. I mean, it's unanimous. Everybody agrees. He's also a really, really good person. I had the luxury of playing with him on a team with him and Marty and Moose about 4 years ago. Last time he played in Moose. And it was one of my favorite times ever. I mean, they're just good people. They're great players. I don't think anybody would be sad to be picked by D-Mart.
Yeah, that's definitely a fair assessment. I don't think anybody would. That brings it to number 12. That's me, man. I moved down, I moved up. I've done like a bunch of crazy shit. Pale, who am I taking at 12, man?
That's going to be Thamps.
You
You're
think
going to
I'm
build
taking
the squad again. You got King Rome at number 3, and you got Thamps at number 10.
Oh, like
Or
a boys
12.
reunion?
Fucking right, yeah.
I like the way you think. What do you think, Ability?
I don't think that is even on the chalkboard for what you're trying to do this season. I don't know who you're going to take at this spot. I kind of just jokingly want to say Steven. But I honestly think that it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. I'm going to give a random guess and say you take no Regretskis at this spot.
Interesting. This is a perfect segue, actually.
I don't know anything about that guy.
Well, this is why we're going to do a rookie report right now. And actually, Clancy is going to be able to contribute to this one because I see a name right off the jump street. And remember, man, nothing happens in this league without old dad knowing about it. Tell me a little something about Wolin.
What do you want me to say? I mean, he plays with me in Aussie and LG, so you know there's chemistry there, and you know he has a lot of firepower. But other than that, I ain't gonna spill too much.
Well, here's the thing about left wing. I'm just, assessing my draft sheet. It is a interesting position this year. So a guy like Wolin, you see the referral. Now, if it makes you feel any better, man, season 2, when we had a bunch of new signups, man, I did like a scouting report for all these guys that came in and basically just fucking blew my own chance of getting fucking all ringers. It was a whole fucking thing. That was miserable. Had a good season anyway, but lost because Kristaps was in the league. That's you want a campfire story? You want campfire story? Ask me about Kristaps. And I'll tell you. You want to get me riled up? Ask me
Who's
about
Kristaps?
Not right now. We can't do it now. Nobody wants to see.
I think we should. Let's talk about Kristaps.
Let's not
Is he going to sign up again?
We can only hope not. He's a great guy. Listen. I'm all for the growth of the league, man. I want it to grow. It's organic. It's beautiful. We have 12 teams. Next season, I can imagine it being bigger and better. But Kristaps, I love you, homie. I love you. I swear to God, I do. Just keep being yeah, man. Keep being a really great dude. Just keep that up. Keep that up because that's winning. Keep that up. Keep that up, man. Whew. God, it felt weird. Okay, so Wolin, he's a good left wing. Fair enough. He plays with Clancy, he plays with Ozzy. They play a cycle game. They like to play behind the goal line. What is Ozzy going to do without that grease wrap this year? Is that still in the game or no?
No, that's not.
Okay,
I think it is a little bit. And then you got the between the legs dig below the line. It's kind of fucking retarded. But that's something new that I've been seeing lately too.
Yeah,
just put me there at center. You guys will see magic.
Okay, so he's calling magic. I'm calling another name on this list, and that name is No Regretskis. Now, when I said earlier that I could see Desired Customs doing something a bit crazy, this is kind of what I was referring to. No Regretskis is a guy that plays in another league. He plays in XPS, and he is an elite forward. Case in point. Excuse me. Now, how that correlates here, I don't know. What I do know is that the skill set's there, the talent is there. So with DC playing in the other league and playing here, No Regretskis is a guy that I think needs to be known about. There will be no draping. I have to expose it all. I have to be fair. It's my job in media to do this. So No Regretskis, if you're asking me realistically, is a first round talent. Now, will he go in the first round? I don't know. Desired Customs is the name that I see potentially taking him here. Because he is familiar with him in another league and they have played together before. So Regretski's the 2. I hope it doesn't happen, but it could happen. Again, I can't dictate Desired's draft. Shout out to Keith. Love the guy. We talked over a blizzard the other day. But with that being said, I don't necessarily think that that's the play there, but I could see it happening. He's an electric forward. He's very similar to D-Mart when he has the puck on his stick. He, to me, is more of a pure goal scorer. He will dish it off. He will make people around him better, but he is best utilized in creating his own space and creating some big goals. So Noah Gretzky is a guy that could potentially be and or make a buzz and is my early candidate for the Rookie of the Year. So we'll see how that plays out. Another guy coming into the league is Nexus, who is a D-man who also plays forward. I think righty is his primary, can play lefty, which is awfully hard to find in today's game because, with D-men, they spend either so much time on the right, so much time on the left. So finding somebody who can play both is, tremendous. I've never played with the guy, but I've played against the guy, and he's definitely probably slide in at the top 5, 6, 7 D in the league. Drafted late second, early third. Don't think that that's anything out of the realm. Captains, if you are at home, take your notes because this is old dad brain power going at you right now. Ability, you've played with Nexus. Ability, you've played with Gretzky's. How far off am I on these two guys right now?
I wouldn't say far off. To be honest with you, I had to mention the name Noah Gretzky's because this guy, when I played in XBS, he was my first captain, right? And he didn't make a smart choice. He traded me off. Whoops. But that's because he is not only an exceptional player at forward positions. This dude was in my pipes. So I signed up to play goalie. He was the goalie, and he is a fantastic goalie. He's a record-setting goalie. He is the type of goalie that Steven and B. Cripps share a similarity with, okay? Let's put it that way. But, dude, Noah Gretzky, he's awesome, man. Nexus, too. I got to play with Nexus. I haven't got to play with him a whole lot. I've had him shoot some pucks at me before, but he is a great player in his own right. I think that a lot of the guys that came over from the other league are really talented players. And one of the things that I'm most interested to see is how much of this goes unnoticed throughout the draft because I'm going to end up picking up. And I know you are too, Dales. And there might be one other captain that's smart enough or played with these guys to be able to pick them up too. But I'm stoked about it because this opens up a door for so much potential deep into this draft. And we haven't even touched on anything yet. We're still sitting here in the first few picks. I mean, really, the first 15, 20 picks, that is nothing to what this draft offers. Oh, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, right now, Throwdown, you guys are going to have to listen to me talk for a little bit, and I hope the captains are paying attention because I'm giving you grade A free information right now that you can do with what you want. Now you say, Daly, why would you do such a thing? Daly, why would you do this? What I have preached from day one has been what, folks? Parity. That's what I've preached. The last 2 seasons, we have had a phenomenal amount of it, and I want to keep that going. That is why I'm doing this. I don't need to know the ringers. I don't need to know the drapes because at the end of the day, I am going to draft a 5-star team, but I want all of you to have the opportunity to draft a 5-star team as well. With that said, let's move along. We got Bong Karma, who signed up as center. He's a guy that's going to play gritty and tough. He's going to play in front of the net. He likes to hit. Penalties can be a problem because of the play style. Similar to Clancy. Clancy plays in a very aggressive style. Penalties are going to happen when you have 4 million hits in a season.
That's changed.
Oh, that's changed all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Would you like to sell yourself to the folks at home?
Well, I mean, someone would, scout me, but, I don't hit this game. It's not my thing. But, hey.
Wait a minute. Are you referencing me?
Anybody, I never get scouted, I mean, yeah, you, but
I don't scout.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
There's a
You
lot
see
of
us-
captains that don't
Clancy,
scout.
quit.
No.
Clancy, you got to quit being a noob here and click the little camera button. What's going on?
Camera button, man.
This isn't like a
Oh,
BBC show, right? This is high quality ESPN shit here. Hit your camera button. Come on, bro.
Oh, my
Clancy.
camera button's on. Look,
Oh, Jesus
look,
Christ, man.
look. It's on.
Oh, now
Absolute
it is.
traffic cone.
Like,
Oh, yes.
I mean, not that I didn't enjoy staring at the big J on my screen to know that your name is Jeremy, which, by the way, I will probably call you Jeremy now. I'm a first name kind of guy. That's what I do. So that's Bong Karma. If you're to ask me realistically, I see him in a 4th, 5th round draw. He should make a roster, potentially make a roster. If not, falling into the waiver rounds. Definitely will probably be a backup, though. He won't be a waiver. I don't think he'll make it to those rounds. 4, 5, 6. Peg him right there. First time in the league. BTW8892, the guy is a left wing preferred, right wing willing, very good player. Can play multiple styles. Run and gun I've seen. He owned Detroit teams in the other league. Also, I remember him playing a bit of D as well, so I imagine if that correlates up to the front, you're going to get a little bit of that good defensive play. Similar play style to that of a Dalai Lama, not as dangly, unless he's changed. It's a new game, so that's something to keep in mind as well. I've got BTW pegged like late third, early fourth, potentially go earlier because left wing is sort of a premium position this season. Bubba Man, how am I say it? Bubba Man 115 coming in. It is lefty preferred, and then pretty much everything else willing. Now, I'll tell you a little something about Bubba Man. He is decent defensively. He will go for the hit. It can draw him out. We call that AKA the Fuller flyby because that's what Legion does when he plays D. Bubba Man, to me, is best suited in net. Now, again, it's tough for me to say that because I don't know how that correlates to the new game. But in games previous, I saw him have a tremendous run with a Calgary team that was absolutely phenomenal. So Bubba Man, in my board, 4th, 5th round goalie, lefty as a backup position, even though it is his preferred. That's where I would look. I'm going to just be referencing ability. Bubba Man, did he play when you were there or?
No, I have no info to go on with Bubba Man other than I heard that someone who hosts the Thursday Throwdown might be interested in taking him. I don't know if there's any truth to that, but it immediately drew my attention to want to scout him.
Now, here's the thing, man. When your name is X Dilly Dally, your name gets thrown on referrals like crazy, right? Like your name just shows up. I don't know. I mean, Bubba Man referred me. We've spoken a couple words. I mean, dude was cool, but I mean, I don't know if we're homies if that's what you're getting at, Mr. Randall. But
I think that is actually the most telltale sign that Daly's trying to draft this guy. We got to get him.
Now, notice Pale Poner's been awfully quiet. I see him looking down. He's probably taking in-depth notes as we speak in the boiler room. Pale, how are you doing with the analysis?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I've played with a lot of these guys already, actually. I mean, I'm the scout guy. I hit off all these guys that I see on the list that I haven't played before, and definitely get them in a game. I've had Roland in a party. I've had BTW. I've had Nexus. I've had Tom for the win 88. He's the guy that didn't get mentioned. He was referenced by Master Shotgun. He's a solid forward. He's a good two-way guy. He's a guy that can play center or right wing. He impressed me. I've had Ninja Gaiden fan. I think that's what his name's supposed to be in reference to. It's like Ninja Gay fan or something like that. But he got referenced by Hollywood. He was a really good center as well. And I'm pretty sure that he can play anywhere. Yeah, dude, nobody slips under my radar. I'm going out there and I'm hitting all these guys up and just saying, hey, what's going on? Let me get you in a game. Let me see how you play. And
let me take you out to dinner. Let me touch you in your no-no spot. I get it, man. I get it.
I've got a bunch of 3rd round picks, 4th round picks, 2nd round picks. I'm right in that wheelhouse for you. I'm going to be picking up some of these guys for sure. Nexus is the guy that I wanted to talk about. Nexus is a beast, dude. He's not really on that drug monkey Sea-Doo level of defense.
Axe Daly. Axe Daly, you forgot a name. Sorry.
Oh,
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But he's a guy that can be a rock back there. I find him really similar in play style to Valcor, and I think he probably goes in around the same round as Valcor, late 2nd, early 3rd round pick.
Okay. No, I think that's a great analysis. I think you and I are really on the same page with Nexus. He seems to be the name that sticks out. I'm going to throw another name at you guys. This is Tompkins X05. I had the privilege of playing with him, actually physically being my D partner, which, as you know, generally means wins. He is phenomenal positionally. He's very, very good offensively as well. Doesn't make many bad plays. And I think that's something that a lot of D-men, they just try and make crazy fucking plays, quick, to the point. Perfect sort of play style. I see him going probably more. He's very good like Nexus. I think Nexus gives you a bit more offensively. I could see Tompkins being in that mid-3rd, early 4th, but most likely more set for mid-3rd with that. I see Wolfmaster 00, part-time player. Shock referred him. I'm going to ask you, Clancy. Do you know anything about Wolfmaster?
No, I don't actually. I've seen him in a party a few times, but I've never actually got to play with him. So I'm not too sure. But I do have okay, I want to say this, all right? My boy Woolen watching the show. This is straight in from the Rockford locker room, okay? You heard it here first, Thursday Throwdown. Woolen said, Rookie of the Year, League MVP.
Well, here's the thing.
City route.
That happened. That happened once in this league. I will be hard-pressed to say that will happen again. But Brick City did that in Season 3. Rookie of the Year, MVP. I'll be interested to see this information just coming in. Hot tip. Shout out to Sea-Doo, fan of the show. Wolfmaster is a good goalie from what I hear. Now, the problem is he is a part-time player, so we don't know how that will factor in, and he's only available on Sundays. That has fucking waiver written all over it and steamy, juicy aids.
He actually doesn't even have goalie listed as a willing position.
Yes, he does. I'm looking at it. He's willing goalie. So it's on there. He's preferred lefty.
Really? I'm saying lefty, left wing, right D. That's it.
Are you talking about Wolfmaster?
Yeah.
Let me look at this.
I'm literally, I have my wiener out and the tip of my penis is touching his preferred and willing positions. Oh, he is preferred lefty, willing left wing, center, right wing, right D goalie. Unless I have a bad case of AIDS, you are fucked. It's one or the other.
I might be fucked, bro. I've been drinking.
You're definitely fucked. See, now, you guys want this guy to draft you? This shit's not even up to date.
I'm looking at shit right now.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Left wing, right D. That's it.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, listen. Just because I went out and did the whole beat, I'm taking a picture of my screen right now because there is no way I'm not going down for this.
Left D. Left D, left wing, right D. That's it.
All right, so I'm taking a picture of this really quick because I will not go down for this. I will not go down for this. It's not going to happen.
No, it's coming.
Thursday.
No. I'm going to post it on the fucking site. Forget it. It's done. And then me and DJ will have words, not because of his terrible trades, but because of this fuckery that he is putting on my show right now. So that will happen. So I took a screenshot. That will be uploaded later tonight. With that said, we got a couple more rookies on the docket. Wiz Khalifa, 28. That's a boy of sanitary, a.k.a. #Chem, a.k.a. Dank Love. Dude, listen, Dank. Stop changing our fucking gamer tag, please. Can you just leave it? Can you make it easy? I'm getting old. The shit's getting harder for me. Just keep your gamer tag. Dank Love was great, man. You dank, like the weed or whatever it is, and you love it. I get it. It all makes sense. I get it. Stop changing your shit. Wiz Khalifa, played with him once or twice. Full-time player. Center's his best. He's a guy who will move the puck quick. He plays good defensively. He has some IQ. I don't see him lasting past round 3. I think that's a safe spot. Wherever Dank ends up and wherever Derek Cortez ends up, you can almost guarantee that Wiz Khalifa is going to end up on one of those teams. So captains, beware of draft position. And if it's a guy that you really want, and he's not scouting a lot. So keep in mind, you're going off my good word, but my good word wins championships, as you saw in Season 4. Silence, moment, winning. So with that said, if you want the guy, you're going to have to reach on him. Potentially 3. If he slides around 4, I'd be shocked. But round 3 is probably where you're going to need to get him. Moving along, watch your back 360, lefty preferred. Here's what my sources are telling me. The guy's a really good player, but there might be a little bit of drama with him. So again, if you can reel that in, apparently he is a solid lefty at a position that is rough. He's worth taking a look at. So captains, do your work, but I won't mention around because I haven't scouted him. I haven't seen him play. All I'm going off is hearsay. Whereas the other guys that I've mentioned, I've seen, I've played with. That's why I'm giving you a round. Walkertown, I played with this guy in XBS. I think he's a really good utility guy, a good 5'6" guy. That's where I imagine he'll be drafted. I think he's got left wing willing. Left wing, right wing, or left wing preferred, left wing, right wing, willing with a D spot. Definitely wouldn't play him on D. Keep him on the wings. He's going to play a crash in that kind of style, similar to Bon Karma without penalties. So I could see him being in that sort of role as like a 5th, 6th guy. Moving along, I did Tompkins. Tom for the win. I'm going to send this to Ability because Ability played with him last night. I heard what Pale had to say. What do you think about Tom?
Oh, hey, man. You know that you actually capped off my winning night with one of the greatest random acts of teamwork I've ever seen. This Tom guy, holy cow. He meshed. Now keep in mind, I was playing with Brick City and Figo was in there, and we had some talent on the team. But we went undefeated. And that's including a game we played against you and Esso, and I even gave you guys 2 goals. So I'm just saying, like, Tom, he's class act. This guy, I watched him sling the puck around the ice the entire time. He was dishing the puck past the goalies every chance, every opening, every little snippet of opportunity. He put the puck in the back of the net. And there were plenty of passes that he dished out to Brick City. I had fun watching those guys play last night. It was something special. If I could put that team together, oh, man, if I would have got one of those top picks, you would all be in serious shit right now.
Yeah, he had Brick City on right D. They got it done, man. They got it done last night. It was a big win. I hate
Brick
fucking
City was
losing.
playing D.
Dude, it was weird. And Tomahawk was on lefty. The forwards couldn't get it done last night, man. It is what it is. But we're up against it. I'm going to breeze through these real quick. Surprise Me 22, preferred right wing, friend of Pogs. You can only imagine that the IQ is there. Clancy may or may not know this guy. But I'm just going to go – I'm not going to give a round. Haven't seen him play. Slick goalie, recommended by Drug Monkey. I can tell you this. I saw him play in St. Louis in another said league. He was phenomenal in their playoff run. They ended up knocking us out of the playoffs ultimately. So the guy can definitely play some net. Another name on this list that just signed up today is Atri, who is a lefty. Again, a position that is a premium. He is a very, very good player, probably one of the not one of the top, but he's going to be a top 10 D man, left, right. I'm just categorizing all into one. Again, there's some history. I've never had an issue with the guy, but there is fucking bullshit that follows him everywhere. So with that being said, I hope he can clean his shit up. I hope he's watching this show right now. So I hope that he comes in here and he's a fucking saint. But with that being said, elite talent, but I'll just say it, shitty attitude from everything that I've heard. I don't know the guy, but that's just what I'm getting from pretty much all my sources. Guys, if I missed any of the rookies, I apologize. I'm going to try and get a list together, get something on the site. What's up?
Real quick. We need to go over D-Mart's out there. He's got some drapage going on.
Right now?
D-Mart. I see Titletown 617 and M Bell 91. The last 2 signups that have happened on that raw data sheet. Do you know anything about these guys?
I do know some stuff that hold on, I'm looking really quick because it just came through. Yeah, I see them. Yeah, so good players, shitty attitudes, same sort of deal. I'm being nice. Good players, shitty attitudes. I know one got banned from another league. I'm interested as to why D-Mart's the reference, but I'll have to ask Dan about that. Anyways, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not quite sure how that plays out, whatever. But like I said, hopefully, these guys are turning a new leaf. It's pretty simple. I mean, the bullshit's not tolerated here. We bust balls, we have fun, and everybody gives their shit. We rip each other and do the whole bit. But like, if you're gonna be malicious shit, like you're not gonna make it here. The league itself naturally weeds that out. So, again, I'm not trying to single these 3 guys out for anything, but at the same time, like, why? I asked the question, why? Like, why is there history? Like, why is it? I've been playing this game since 09 and never had an issue in any league. You show up, you do your thing, you don't have it. Have fun, have an ego, but don't have a negative. Be arrogant, be cocky, fine, fuck it. Don't be a douche. Like, don't be a fucking douchebag. Rule 1, don't be a douche. I mean, it's pretty simple. These rules that we created years ago, years and years ago, are still in the place today. You know what? So hopefully, like I said, hopefully these guys turn a new leaf. Mick Swagger used to be a douche, and he's turned it around, and he's been great. So with that being said, like I hope these guys, if they do get an opportunity, that they're just, take it, because you start to burn bridges and shit. You never know when those paths are going to cross. You never know when you're going to need a place to play. You never know when any of that's going to happen. So be good. I really shouldn't even have to fucking say this. I mean, most of the people in this league are what, 25 plus, right? Minus Cosmic and OP Jelly.
Yeah.
We're all fucking like grown ass men and women.
OP Jelly, oh man, OP, nothing but love for you, bro. Nothing but love.
So again, shout out to OP Jelly, man. We love you. If I have 2 16-year-old kids who are having a better demeanor than, say, 24-year-olds, I mean, that speaks for itself. Anyways, guys, that's it. That's the Throwdown. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I'm still sweating for my workout. I got to go get a shower. Actually, fuck it. I'm not going to shower. I'm getting on NHL. I don't have anybody. I don't want to scout, but if anybody needs a guy, I want to play. So
Not
that's
me.
what I'm. Yeah,
I
Clancy's
heard
out.
Clancy wants to play.
Clancy's out.
I'm already on.
Oh, he's
It's
out.
out for Harambe, baby.
He's already playing, man. Pale, you got anything before we head off here?
Nah, I think I'm pretty good, man. I'm excited to see what happens with the draft, and obviously, I think we have another Thursday throwdown before the draft happens.
And you know what we're gonna do on the next throwdown, Pale? We're gonna let's do the rest of the draft, man.
Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Fuck it. You know what we'll do? Ability's got that cool little screen, man. I'll have everybody. Let's all send Ability our pick. I'll get them into Excel, man. We'll send them to Ability, and we'll just fucking compare and contrast. We're just gonna do the bit. Clancy, man, thanks for coming on. I hope you had a good time on your first show. How was it?
It was
Enjoy
great.
it?
Yeah.
All right, fucking Clancy had a good time. We met his friend. Hashtag Dimitri Jr. Let's get that thing fucking rolling worldwide.
Yeah, baby.
Hashtag
Dimitri Jr.
DJR. DJR will be suffice. Dolly, coming to be a regular on the show here, man. Thank you again for coming on. Hope you had a good time.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thanks for having me.
And you're probably going to start seeing Dolly a lot more. He's got his new rig set up. Camera looks better. Fucking great. Better than mine.
You can't keep that level of sexy off the throwdown.
I don't like this, man. Like, you know, there was a point where, like, I was the best looking guy on the show. Now I'm the worst looking guy on the show, and I don't know exactly how I feel about that. And they got Marine Mike trying to steal my fucking job every week. So with that being said, the guy, you know, I don't even know what to do, man. You might not even see me on this show in 2 weeks.
Come on, Buttercup. We all love you.
Ugh. I got fucking Ryan Reynolds over here looking fucking just sexy as shit. Pale's obviously one of the biggest, sexiest fucking dudes I know. Dolly holding it down. Clancy's got DJR, and I'm out here with fucking looking like Marine Mike, man. I'm all set. Guys, it's been the Thursday Throwdown. Whoa, what? What?
Glorious.
Oh. And it's weird, man, because now I look and I just see the comparisons. The one thing, Mike, I have you on. Look me in my eyes. The one thing I have you on, I have all 10 of my toes. I have all 10. I beat you. With that being said, guys, Thursday Throwdown is a wrap. Tune in next week, the last Throwdown before we go live. As always, a Sober Elitist tomorrow night, Friday night. That's going to be a doozy. I'm sure they're going to just, you know, talk shit about chia pets and different things like that.
Oh, yeah,
man. Well, he knows what it's about. Tune into that on Friday. One more Throwdown before the draft. The draft, again, Monday night, September 25th, 9 Eastern. We'll have the pre-draft show. We'll probably start early because there's going to be a lot of shit. So we'll probably start at 7:30 Eastern if possible. If not, 8 o'clock Eastern, something like that. We'll get whoever we can on the show. We'll have our draft show. And then at 9 o'clock live, Mr. Flanagan, Jim Flanagan, Mr. Hollywood, makes his return to the draft. Him and Esoteric are going to be breaking it down pick by pick. The reason being is we have 4, and I mean 4 members of the Throwdown drafting. And last year it was a bit rough with the captains and trying to do the show and the whole bit. So Mr. Flanagan, or Mr. Hollywood, Jim Flanagan's going to be doing that for you next. I worked with the guy for fucking 5 years. You think I could say his fucking name right? Jesus Christ, man. I'm
just surprised you didn't call him Hanzo Roberto right there. Good job.
Also, hey, I want to say this, man. Shout out to The Rock, dude. The fucking site. How good has that been? I love it.
The site's fucking great, bro.
Oh, got him.
It's a fucking Lamborghini compared to what we had a fucking 88 Grand Marquis with the last site, and now we got a fucking Ferrari. It's fucking awesome.
Here's the thing, man. It's literally epic. I mean, it's awesome. And I saw a sneak peek at the scoreboard today, which they are working on. Stats, Pale, ability. You've never done stats, Pale. You have, dude. This is like breezy. I mean, it's so much better. It's going to take literally half the time. Like, that's how good it is.
Sure.
So shout out to Rock, man. He was literally, when I got the message, I know he's BC time. I don't know how that correlates to me. But it was like 6 a.m. and he was just going to bed. This guy is committed to making this thing awesome. So shout out to him, man. He is literally, without him, it doesn't happen with the new site. So shout out to the Rock. Last, ability, man, just take us off the show, man, because I can't think about the Pepperidge Farm and the toes anymore. Just take us off, man. Take us off.
What I'd like to do is just give a little time, a little moment for all of you to reflect on what you can do in between this moment and draft day to impress these captains. And it's not because you need to. It's because you want to, and you want to end up on a solid team. I love what I've seen from all of you so far. What we said tonight has no bearing if you guys come out the gates in the next week and show us something. I'm telling you. And there's a lot of us out there that are looking for that talent. So I love what everyone's doing in this league. I love what Daly's doing, what Pale's doing. Clancy, man, you remind me of like an Eminem and maybe I don't know what else mixture, but that mustache is epic. And Dalai Lama, one of the sexiest persons next to AC in the entire 239. So to my 239 family, I love all of you. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
Peace out.